You have my solemn promise that the rules I talk about in this video will actually work. But only if you let them. Hey everybody, my name is Mica Gonzalez, that's M-I-C-A Gonzalez with a Z, and I'm that productivity girl, back with another video about productivity. And this time around, I thought I'd compile a video about 3 amazing rules that will actually help you get more productive, become happier and healthier, and all that good stuff we kind of want out of life, you know what I mean? And right before I jump in, I want to make a little clarification that these rules apply to helping you get stuff done. Sure, part of productivity is getting more organized, planning, but let's be real. None of those matter if you don't actually show up, do the work, get out of bed, and actually get shit done. Ooh, gotta censor myself there, keeping this general audience. Like I said, these 3 rules are meant to help you with the get things done part of productivity, so just keep that in mind. Now, without further ado, follow these 3 rules and literally change the way you show up to your work, your business, your everything in your life. The first rule is, ding ding ding, you guessed it if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, the 10-minute rule. I've talked about this rule so much in the past in my early videos and podcast interviews that I'm not really going to get super into it, but I will repeat what this rule is all about. So again, or if this is the first time you're hearing me talk about this, the 10-minute rule goes like this. Even when you're not feeling super motivated to do a thing, whether it's working on a new video or a blog post or even something like working out or cleaning your room, set a countdown timer for 10 minutes, then just do that thing until the countdown stops. And it works not because you will magically complete the thing that you needed to complete in that 10-minute window. It works because by the time that you have completed the 10 minutes of doing the thing that you needed to do, you've actually built up the momentum that you need to keep going. And if you don't feel like you want to keep going, if it's really an off day, then you can just stop and rest. Just be assured that you at least tried to show up, even if it was just for 10 minutes. The next rule for productivity that I swear by is the 1-minute rule. So yes, we have the 10-minute rule and now we have the 1-minute rule. And spoiler alert, the last rule I will be also talking about is even shorter than the 1-minute rule. So stay tuned for that. But hey, we are here for the 1-minute rule right now, and it works differently than the 10-minute rule. I promise it's not just a cheat. Whereas the 10-minute rule makes sure that you're committing to at least 10 minutes worth of work on something that you don't really feel like doing, the 1-minute rule is a mental model that you can use the next time you want to put something off. So here's how it works. If there's anything you want to put off, but that one thing only takes 1 minute to actually do, then don't put it off and just do it right then and there. This can apply to a lot of things, especially those really small things that we let kind of slip through the cracks. I'm talking about things like throwing out a piece of garbage into the trash bin, straightening up your workspace, putting back a pair of scissors that you took from your kitchen drawer, or even sending a short reply to an email or a comment you've been putting off for basically forever. There are a million of these little things that we might put off, but when we really think about it, it only just takes 1 minute to get it done and over with. So instead of letting those many annoying things pile up and get the best of us, catch yourself in the moment, ask yourself, will it only take a minute to do? And if the answer is yes, go do it. It will literally take a minute or less. The beauty of the 1-minute rule is that it frees up your mind for more important things that you need to remember and have running in the back of your mind. And when you commit to getting those, minute, like minute, like 1 minute, you get it. When you commit to getting those little things out of the way, you're leaving room in your head for other more important things that you need to get done instead. And right before I move on to the final rule, if you're getting any value out of this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up so I know to do more videos just like this. And consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's move on to the last and final rule that I wanted to talk about that's meant to absolutely change the way you show up to basically everything in your life. And that rule is the 5-second rule. I'm not gonna take credit for this one, and I had no idea this existed until I heard about Mel Robbins talk about it in her book of the same name, but it's honestly been such a great rule that I just had to include it in this list. The 5-second rule goes like this. In Mel Robbins' own words, if you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds or your brain will kill the idea. Explained using an example, let me tell you about a recent experience that I had. When I was going through my to-do list yesterday, I had a couple of tasks that I could have gotten done. Now, they were similar tasks, they were both writing tasks, but my brain was just so paralyzed by my two options that I didn't know which one to start with first. It's kind of silly not being able to pick the first thing that I would write, but honestly, I've been in this conundrum so many times, it's actually not even funny. Without the 5-second rule, I might have taken forever before deciding that I'd write this newsletter over writing this blog post. I would have taken more than 5 seconds to decide, and chances are, I might have actually ignored both those tasks and just decided to procrastinate and put on some Netflix. But with the 5-second rule, I was able to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, decide to write the newsletter, and then I was well on my way to finishing that task. And this applies not only to decisions, by the way. You might have very well decided to, say, shoot your next YouTube video, and then your brain starts to think, oh man, well, we haven't set up my studio, or gosh, my script's still in the computer, or whatever excuse have you. Instead of thinking about that, just catch yourself at that moment that you decided to actually shoot, then just count down in your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot that video. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set up your studio, transfer that script from your computer, your teleprompter, whatever. Don't overthink it, just do it. And this rule works with everything too. You want to apply the 10-minute rule and the 1-minute rule, but you're beginning to overthink things. I've been there. Then use the 5-second rule to propel you into action. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start writing for 10 minutes. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take 1 minute to reply to the text you just got. 3 simple rules for productivity. And like I always say, productivity is simple. We don't have to overcomplicate it. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching.